Welcome to Christ-Centered Living, CCL. Have you ever stopped to wonder what it truly means to leave a legacy? Not just the material things you own or the accomplishments you achieve, but the faith, values, and the story you pass down to those who come after you. What kind of mark will your life leave on the world? Legacy isn't just about what people remember. It's about how your life influences others even long after you're gone. Welcome to today's episode, Abraham's Legacy. I'm your host, Shirley, and it's so great to have you join me today. You can find the story in Genesis chapter 25. Abraham's life was nothing short of extraordinary. From obeying God's call to leave his homeland to witnessing the miraculous birth of Isaac, laying down his beloved wife Sarah to rest, his journey was marked by faith and God's promises. But even in his later years, Abraham's story was still unfolding. After Sarah's passing, Abraham married Keturah, a woman of strength and grace. Together they had 6 sons, each destined to carve out their own future, spreading across the lands and shaping the nations that would rise after them. However, Abraham gave everything he owned to Isaac, the son of the covenant. While still alive, he provided gifts to his other sons and sent them eastward, ensuring that Isaac alone would carry forward the divine promise. This covenant was not merely about wealth or land. It was about God's plan for redemption, a destiny determined not by Abraham, but by the Almighty Himself. Through Isaac's lineage, Jesus Christ, the Messiah and Savior of the world, would one day be born. Abraham lived to be 175 years old. His life, marked by faith and trials, stood as a testimony to God's enduring promises. When his time came, he passed away peacefully, full of years and wisdom. Though Isaac and Ishmael had traveled different paths, they came together to bury their father. They laid him to rest in the cave of Machpelah, the burial site he had purchased in the land of Canaan from Ephron. We heard about this story in episode 21. This is where Sarah was buried. But Abraham's death was not the end of a promise. The covenant lived on through Isaac, who settled near Beer Lahai Roi, the very place where God had once met Hagar in her distress. Now the same God who had called Abraham from Ur, who had provided a son in his old age, and who had guided his every step, placed his blessing upon Isaac. Abraham was gone, but his faith remained, woven into the lives of those who came after him. The story of God's promise isn't over. It's still moving forward towards its ultimate fulfillment, a blessing that would one day reach the whole world. Dear listeners, Abraham's life was marked by faith, but his true legacy was secured through obedience. He trusted God's promises even when the full picture was unclear. He understood that God's covenant is not just for one generation. It continues, passed down, and preserved for those who come after. This promise lived on through Isaac, the chosen heir, and ultimately through Jesus Christ. In the same way, your life is part of a much bigger story. The faith you live out today has the power to shape generations to come. So if you ever question your purpose, remember this. You are a vital part of God's plan. He is working through you in ways you may not yet see, weaving your story into something far greater than you can even imagine. Abraham teaches us that true legacy isn't about possession or power. It's about faith and obedience. Even when doors close, paths change, or answers seem delayed, your role is to trust, obey, and keep moving forward in faith. May you too leave behind a legacy of faith rooted in the one who has called you. Until next time, God bless you.